understand that's Japanese for love? Or
Japanese
angel.
for angel.
Angel. Well, angel in love.
Well,
pretty close. Hi,
as soon as we
Somi.
get the
Hi.
Japanese word for devil, though, we're going to change it. Okay,
Well,
Somi.
we won't housebreak her in 3 minutes. So
Somi is the tinkling and pooping machine. What are we doing wrong?
It's coming both ways, is it?
Everywhere.
Well,
On the
Robin.
car seat. On the car.
Oh, my goodness.
On the way to the station.
The most common problem is a kind owner.
Okay.
When the owner is too
That would be
kind to institute discipline,
Uh-huh.
and to make a determination that a few months of stern training is rewarded by years and years of a well-trained dog that does not do those little
And a
things
clean
that we
carpet
mentioned. Yes,
under
carpet,
the dining
of
room
course,
table.
you have to have all sorts of things to clean the carpet. So we have carpet cleaner.
Yeah.
But you must start with a crate.
Okay. Is she in there all the time?
She's there whenever she's not totally attended. You don't want to give her a complete run of the house. She needs her den, her lair, her home, her bed.
We're giving her too much freedom, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Whenever you aren't totally with her, on top of her, she should be in her crate.
Okay.
And what happens after just a very few days, or sometimes a few weeks, is that you leave the door open to the crate. And they'll go into the crate because that's sort of their home, their den, their lair. Now, you want to keep a Coke can with 15 pennies, not Coke, but any soda can.
Okay,
Whenever
15 pennies.
15
Not
pennies.
14,
not
not
14,
16.
not 6, 15 pennies. And whenever, it's a magic formula, 15. And whenever you catch her in the midst of doing one of these little makeys, you want to jingle the can.
makey?
And that count her makey.
Okay,
And
I like that.
that'll break the makey.
Okay.
And then, of course, once she does break the makey.
But that means you have to walk around with this all the time.
Always keep the can right somewhere, pretty convenient. And you want to always 15.
Okay.
And once she breaks the makey, you want to follow that with a treat.
When she breaks it.
Yeah, but not soon afterwards, immediately afterwards. Because dogs don't correlate anything 15 or 30 seconds after. It has to be done immediately. So as soon as you break, you make with the treaty.
Okay.
Now, we also want to do some things in terms of enticing her to go to areas that you want her to go to. So
let me ask you this. Is it a good idea to paper train or no?
It depends on your situation. If you're in an apartment, then yes, you should paper train. But it's absolutely an intermediate step, and your ultimate goal is to get her to go outside. So if there's any way to avoid paper training, anything other than apartment dwellers, do not go with paper training. It creates a secondary problem, and you want to undo something you've already done. There are also pads that you can take outside, and they have that odor, because in my opinion, you always want the dog to go into a small confined area because it's a much less volume, area, square footage to clean up.
Okay.
So you don't want to give her free run the whole yard, the whole sidewalk, the tree lawn. One area, and it's out when you take her from the crate, and it's go when you put her, and you want to carry her to her makey area. Don't work her on the leash, because usually they don't make it from the door to the makey area. So in your arms, and then you put her down, and then it's go, Somi, go.
Okay. And then a treat when she goes?
A treat immediately. As soon as she's completed, you don't let her take one step. Go, treat.
Okay. And
30
stop
seconds
treat.
is too late. Stop, treat. Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, what are those for?
Always clean up after your dog.
Oh, yeah.
Lots and lots of problems with doggies on tree lawns and in yards. So always you want to make sure you clean up. We also want to be absolutely certain that once the dog is trained, you don't want to let it go for several months without reinforcing it, because dogs up until about a year of age are very capable of reverting.
They are.
And they can kind of lose that house training. So you want to continually reinforce this for an entire year.
How long should the house training process take?
It depends on the dog. And I guess I've seen dogs house trained in one weekend. Actually, in 3 days, totally house trained. I've seen other dogs at a year and a half of age that are still not totally house trained. There's some breeds of dogs that train quicker than others.
What about her?
We'll have to do a genetic. It'll take a genetic evaluation.
Okay.
There's also a question of how long a dog can go without being let out. And the rule of thumb is that the number of months of age plus 1 hour. So a 2-month-old dog can go 3 hours, can hold themselves for 3 hours. 4 months. So always a month and plus 1 hour.
All right. So
yes,
I'm going to do it. We're going to get
next
her house
week.
trained.
I want to make sure you follow
I'll
these points and she's totally house trained.
You got it. Dr. Morse, thank you very much for being with us.
It's been a pleasure.
The pressure's on now, girl. Pressure's on. All right. When we come back...